All right, we're recording now. All right, what up? My name's Keith Austin. This is Convo-19. I got GORGYSIPPIN40 with me. How's it going, man?
Yo. How you doing? How you doing?
Good. This is one of the first weeks we're actually doing this officially together. We got all the stuff basically done, logo-wise, stuff on the side. We got shirts. Also available out now on teespring.com/store/convo19. And we also have a promo code out now. The promo code is strictly Convo, CONVO. Use that code. You get 10% off whatever you purchase. We got shirts, we got hoodies, we got coffee mugs, we got all that shit.
Doing it big.
All right, man. So how's your day been going?
Just laying around the house, playing with the kids. We watched Charlie and the Chocolate Factory.
Mm-hmm. The original one or the new one?
The new one.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, that's crazy. All right. I've been kind of basically doing the same thing, laying around. I've been talking to a guy on the side that's been helping us do T-shirts and setting everything up. He told me the prices on everything is. And basically, I was setting up the promo code earlier today, and I was talking to some other guys today about making some like intro videos for YouTube channel and whatever, and basically just getting everything situated for the next one we do. Yeah, that's basically really about it around here. I'm alone at the apartment right now. Everybody's off doing their own thing, and I'm just chilling.
Hell yeah. I got my 2-year-old over here chilling on the couch. I just put you to take a nap, and now you're over here playing on the couch again. Go ahead and do your thing, bud.
That's kids, man. Kids.
Yeah.
All right, man. So what's the first official thing you want to talk about? You want to recap from last week?
Yeah, we can recap.
All right. So since you've done the interview with Marie Mott, has anyone talked to you about it and kind of voiced their opinion?
Yes. Since we've done the interview, though, I've kind of took what she said. Like, it's not anybody's job to teach people anymore or try to make people understand. And I've kind of, at first, I was kind of just firing off at everybody and just being argumentative with them. But now I'm just like, okay, y'all think a certain way, and I'm going to think my way.
Mm-hmm.
And I just kind of let it rest.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of already knew this going into it, but like, hold on a minute. Yeah. All right, I had to pause it for a minute. Now, like I was saying earlier, I kind of already knew this going into it, but there's just certain like outlooks on certain people that you just can't change, especially on opinion basis on situations like that. And as fortunate as it is, they are never going to see the opposite side or the different side of it. You know what I mean? You're mute. Yeah, I think you're muted still.
You hear me now?
Yeah.
Yeah, people are just stuck in their own ways. I mean, people are going to really get out here and they're going to have to see things and go through things and just take a different look. And until people do that, they're just going to think the way they always think.
Yeah. So any outlook on it that you thought was maybe different? Like anyone that you thought maybe you were surprised on their outlook on it?
I mean, you always there's little things people say here and there, and you're like, okay, now that you've said that, that's all I needed to know, and I kind of look at you a different way, if that's what you're saying. But
yeah, I mean, any surprise reactions, I guess.
Yeah. I see people on social media all the time, and I even hear people sometimes when I'm out in public, and they just say certain things, and I'm like, okay, that's how you feel.
Yeah, and I talked to Justin actually earlier, and he said that he kind of agreed with the point of where Marie said that like us as white people have to do a little more to kind of get people to fully understand, because it's kind of also on us, even though some do not feel that way.
Yeah, it's definitely – it's just everybody sees things different, the way you were brought up, the people you were brought up around. Your influence has a lot to do with your mindset. So,
yeah, especially on how you're raised.
Yeah, and where you were raised and the school you grew up in, the people you grew up around. It all plays a part.
Yeah, man. I feel like that's kind of all we can really say about it, because we can't recap the episode. We can say everything that she basically brought up. And actually, there's one thing I can say. Have you been to any more protests or anything?
I haven't, but I haven't been away from the kiddos. So if they're still going on this weekend, I'll probably attend.
I'm pretty sure they're doing one as we speak.
Right now?
I think so. Yeah. I think I saw something that C. Grammy posted earlier and said something about it. I don't know if it's actually going on right now, but I think they're setting up. But I think this is the first.
Power to the people. Power to the people. If I could be out there right now, I'd be out there with y'all. But the power to the people.
Yeah, but I also think this is the first time it's rained since the protests have really started. So I'm kind of curious to see how that goes with some of the crowd.
Is it raining?
It is by me, so I don't know if it is by you.
I don't think it's raining here yet, but it's probably going to make its way over here.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, even as minuscule as rain really is, that could definitely weed out certain people and see, who is actually there for the cause and who is there just to be there.
I don't know. I don't feel like the rain would stop. If anybody is planning on going, I feel like they're planning on going. I don't think they're going to stop. Mm-hmm. I mean, people don't realize how much dedication it really takes to go out there and actually participate and complete the march. It is a lot of work. If you're going out there just to have fun, then you must be really wanting to have fun.
Well, to be fair, the very first thing you said to Marie last week was
no. I don't mean it like that. It was fun, but I'm saying like if you're going out there for a different purpose and it's raining and you're still out there, then something's wrong with you.
No, I agree completely.
Yeah.
I just thinking about last week. I thought when the first thing you said it was a lot of fun.
It was fun. I didn't
know how she was
going
to take that. I mean,
I thought it was fun.
I just didn't know how she was going to take that at first.
Oh, I don't
Which
know.
definitely looking back at it, and I've rewatched it twice or maybe more than that.
Well, when I say it was fun, like the walking part wasn't fun, but that's not you really. The walking really takes a toll on you after it's over with.
Yeah,
because it's so tiring, and you just want to go home, and you want to lay down, and you want to rest. But when you see everybody out there and you're all moving as one and you're all there for the same purpose, and there's all different people from all different types of races, from all different types of walks of life, and you're just seeing everybody out there and they're all working towards the same thing. That was the fun part of it.
Okay. It's understandable. And it's probably a good thing that you explained that here, so that way if anyone has a certain idea of how you thought of that, you explained yourself.
Yeah.
That's all that matters. All right, man. So now I have done this show for almost 20-ish episodes. I think I'm like right under it. And you have been a part of 2 besides this one. Now, what exactly – do you have like any goals that you're trying to do with this podcast?
I mean, I love to, me, I just like to talk to people about anything. I like to debate with people. I like to do anything. So if we ever have anybody that gets on here and we have different mindsets, I'd love to have a debate on here or something. If we could get some sponsorships, if we could grow with this, that would be dope. I mean, yeah.
I think so far it's been pretty good. We got like I said, we got the merch on the side, so that's definitely a step. Get people to buy it's the one thing, and I'm waiting to see how these first couple of batches come out, and because I went ahead and got a few things, coming my way because I want to see how it looks.
Yeah. I know a lot of people that have used Teespring before, and it's always pretty solid merch. So
that's what's up. Now, also going back on the debate situation, the first episode I really had you on was the 6ix9ine debate with C. Grammy.
Yeah,
and it's crazy. With this new 6ix9ine video, I figured that'd be a great segue. What's your outlook on that now?
Hold on. Let me go lay him back down one more time. If he gets back up, whatever. But let me lay him down. But keep that question in your head because I want to talk about it.
All right. We live.
Okay.
6ix9ine. Trolls. That's it. Yeah. Trolls featuring Nicki Minaj. New music video. Thoughts on it? Does your opinion change?
Love the song.
Really?
Yes. I feel like everything I said is true.
Mm-hmm.
I think I'll stick beside everything I said. I think he's got another 2 to 3 years of staying on top.
Mm-hmm.
I don't see him going down anytime soon. I think we'll see more and more artists reach out and work with him, whether they're reaching out or he's reaching out. I feel like we'll see more and more artists that you wouldn't expect to work with him.
Mm-hmm.
I think his success is going to keep going. I see a lot of people talking about fake views. I know Adam22 tweeted.
Yeah. He's the big one talking about that right now.
Adam22 tweeted that how did he only get 3 million Spotify streams and 50 million YouTube views? Because people want to watch the video.
Yep.
That's obvious to me. I don't know. I feel like he's doing it. I feel like he's doing everything the right way, and it's only going to go up and up.
As someone who, talking about me, as someone who honestly believes that the views are bought, so not all of them, I do think he is buying some, but I do understand the argument of how does he have like 100 million views, but only like a couple million Spotify streams? It's because of what you said. People are trying to watch the video. They don't really want to listen to the song.
Yeah.
Like a big example is, I don't know if you follow like reaction channels on YouTube. Yeah. These people aren't reacting to the song. They're reacting to the video.
Yeah.
And that's one of the reasons why there's so much views on that, which I do believe some of the views are fake. I'm not going to be the person that says all this stuff is real, because he is doing ridiculous numbers.
And that's think of any artist, and I'm going to look it up right now, just whether I'm wrong or right.
Mm-hmm.
But I have a feeling if you look up Hobson just put out a music video.
Okay.
It's called
Kumbaya. Yeah.
2.4 million views on YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
Now I'm going to go to Spotify and see how many streams it's at.
I feel like with Hobson, that's so tough because he has one of those like core fan bases. You know what I mean?
It hasn't even reached his popular songs, and his popular songs have streams of like 2 million.
Yeah.
It's basically, that's what I'm trying to compare it to, is that 6ix9ine is not Hobson. He's not in Hobson's league. He's above Hobson's league at this point.
Okay.
6ix9ine has 50 million YouTube views and 3 million streams on Spotify, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So if Hobson, a lower fan-based artist, has 2 million on YouTube, imagine how many streams he has on Spotify right now. It has to be low.
Yeah, I'll say so.
So, I mean, people can't – I don't see how anybody can compare that, especially in the first week of a release.
I mean, I understand what Adam 22 was trying to say, but like you said, that kind of goes with any artist.
Yeah.
Most of the time, music videos are what kind of drags, especially with someone like 6ix9ine, who is such a visual artist.
Yeah.
The songs
people want to see 6ix9ine more than they want to hear 6ix9ine.
Yeah. But also, I'm going to be real. This Troll song, it starts out kind of cool, but I think it's a trash song.
I loved it.
69.99
riding in a two-seater. That shit's hard.
I feel like he has gotten so much lazier with his writing.
You know what's strange about that song though?
What?
The very first vocals that come in,
they
do not sound like 6ix9ine.
Oh, honestly, that's my favorite part of the song. And
I didn't know. I didn't even think that was 6ix9ine at first.
I'll be real, people. I have listened to the song. That's probably my favorite part of the song is the very beginning when he does that different voice.
My favorite part is that 69.99.
I don't know. And honestly, Nicki part's kind of trash.
No, Nicki killed that shit. She said, "How y'all talking about the snitches when the snitches in your camp?" You know what he's talking about, right?
Meek Mill. Yeah, and is a publicist or whatever end up snitching on somebody.
It's somebody with Rock Nation.
Oh, it was like
it's like a big member of Rock Nation. It's not an artist or anything. She's like a part of their legal team or something.
Yeah, I thought it was like a publicist or something that's on Meek Mill's camp. I mean, yeah. I guess it is his camp, Rock Nation, but she, and I didn't even realize this until I started looking into it. She was like a massive drug trafficker. Yeah, and she snitched on a lot of people. So yeah, and I understand that's where the line comes from.
So Meek Mill, get that shit out of here.
Man, you can't hate on Meek Mill right now.
I can.
How?
Not how can I? How you gonna claim you hate snitches, blah blah blah, and this chick that you're with in a million pictures and that represents your record label and you is out here at one of the biggest snitches in the world?
What if he didn't know?
He knew.
What if he didn't know though?
He knew.
Because this is the first time I ever heard of it. Was Nicki Minaj bringing it up?
You don't know her though. Meek Mill knows her. You don't think he's her? Yeah.
I don't know, man. I feel like you can't say – I don't know. Meek Mill is honestly like – besides, Meek Mill is so popular right now, but not even for music. He is so popular for everything else he's doing.
I don't see Meek Mill's name that much.
I do all the time because every time an issue like this happens and it becomes like social justice, which I'm totally on the side of that, but I feel like he is brought up more recently because of that.
Now, to credit – and I don't necessarily agree with this, but if we're recapping right now,
yeah,
the stream that we did with C. Grimy, he said that when we were talking about the most popular artist and the biggest artist right now.
Yeah.
He said Lil Baby.
He said Lil Baby and LOG, yeah.
Yeah, and I have been seeing, and I haven't seen it. I didn't see it before that stream, but after that stream, I've been seeing people say Lil Baby's the new Wayne. Lil Baby's the GOAT. He's going to be the biggest rapper of all time.
Mm-hmm.
I don't agree with that.
I don't agree with the next Wayne. I don't agree with anybody. The only person that's even close to like Wayne's status was probably Drake.
Drake, in my opinion, surpassed Wayne.
Oh, yeah.
But, yeah, I don't see Lil Baby. But just to give credit to C. Grimy, yeah, I've been seeing his name pop up a lot.
Honestly, man, I love Lil Baby, but I don't believe in that whole him being the next Wayne. I do think he's good. Don't get me wrong. And his new
and I still don't think Lil Baby's bigger than 6ix9ine.
No, not bigger. Only because of if we're going off what's popular at the moment. Yes, Lil Baby is popular. Lil Baby's been popular for I don't even know how long, for a couple of years now. But he gets bigger and bigger as the months goes on. And I'll give him that.
And I do like that the new music video he just put out.
Yeah, the bigger picture.
Yes.
Yeah, that was a good song.
Dope.
And honestly, it's kind of impressive because that kind of sound that he goes for is not something you would expect to have that kind of message. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I don't know. I know last time it was either last time or the time before that I was at your apartment. You told me that you thought Gunna was better than Lil Baby, and I think that's wrong.
I definitely think Gunna's. And you know what? I heard, and I know you wouldn't think this way, but I was listening to Drip This.
Go ahead.
I was listening to Drip This Hard or Drip Too Hard. Yeah. And the person I was with that we were listening to it, he was like, I love this part of the song. Lil Baby kills it. I was like, dude, that's Gunna.
They definitely do sound alike. I'll give them that. When they first came out, I was like, how is this two different artists? Because they definitely have the same sound. But also, Gunna used to write for Lil Baby.
Yeah, they definitely work well together, like really well together.
Yeah, did you ever hear that story back before they really blew up? They were in Atlanta, they knew each other, and then like Lil Baby was paying Gunna to write songs for him.
No, I didn't hear about that.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if that's still going on, but I think that's why they have such a very similar sound because they were so close to each other, and he was writing for him.
Gunna to me just seems way more creative and just way more. I don't know. I just like him better.
Well, Lil Baby's more of a trap-ish artist, you know what I mean? And Gunna's kind of more of a melodic-ish.
Yeah. But
Lil Baby's definitely more popular than Gunna.
Yeah.
But also, I think it's because of the songs they do together. I think it's because Lil Baby has better parts.
No,
man. Even when Drip Too Hard came out, I was like, this is probably like the hardest hook that's came out in a long time. It's not even nothing that crazy. It's just the way that he came in, man. It was crazy.
Lil Baby doesn't have anything to compete with Drip Season. He doesn't have anything to compete with Drip or Drown.
I don't know. Lil Baby's new album is actually really popular.
Whatever.
I'm just saying, this is the truth, man. It's really popular.
No. The only reason he's popping is because Gunna wrote his lyrics and gave him the flow.
I'm starting to think you didn't even believe that until I told you that he was crying. Now you're using that as an excuse. All right, so now we're on the artists of talk. So which artists are out now, hip-hop artists? It actually can be any artist, really. Who actually has longevity?
And Lil Baby and Gunna?
I mean, just in general, because I feel like back in previous years, it was easier to pinpoint which artists actually had staying power. Now it's kind of like they kind of come and go super quick. Like, for example, when NLE Choppa came out.
Hold on just a second. Hold on.
Go ahead. We're live.
Who would I think has longevity? Does it have to be somebody new?
Well, I mean, define new. I mean, I feel like in the last couple of years, probably.
I don't know because I feel like everybody that's been popping besides 6ix9ine in the past 2-3 years has fell off already.
Honestly, yeah, I agree.
Lil Uzi. Lil Uzi was supposed to do big things. We never hear about him anymore.
Ooh, I don't know about that one. Look, every time Lil Uzi comes out, people talk about him like crazy. Even his album that just came out, Eternal Take, did ridiculous numbers.
Yeah, but I ain't heard anybody praise it.
I mean, people do and they don't. It just does. Lil Uzi just does good numbers when he comes out, and he don't come out a lot.
What about Playboy Cardi?
He kind of fell off.
Yeah, Trippie
Also,
Redd fell off.
It's only because Playboy Cardi's records, or actually albums, are pretty trash, if we're being honest.
Yeah.
And that's kind of why I think.
DaBaby, I don't like DaBaby's music, but I think he has longevity.
I feel like this last album kind of, I don't know. A lot of people didn't fuck with it, and I really didn't either. There's like one song on there that I go back to and hear. I'm like, okay, this is actually a good song. The one with Roddy Ricch, and also Roddy Ricch is probably one of the artists that I think has.
How about Lil Nas X? I feel like he was supposed to be bigger than he was, and he just kind of fell off.
Well, it's hard because like I feel like honestly this COVID stuff's kind of rendered things a little bit for some artists.
Not for 6ix9ine.
No, this is honestly, I think this
is the best situation in the world for him.
Honestly, because well, for one, he got out of jail because of it.
People are stuck at home. People are looking at their phones. People are like, "Oh shit, what's he doing?"
Exactly. I mean, the COVID situation was perfect for 6ix9ine because people have nothing better to do than see what the hell he's doing, and he's doing all this shit, and all these people are stuck at home, scared to leave their house, depending on where you're at, and they have to watch this kid on their phone.
And people can't be like, "Oh, you haven't left your house," because he can't.
Exactly. Oh, well, he's on house arrest for one.
Yeah.
Anyway, but okay, back to 6ix9ine. So, I saw something this morning where I think he tweeted out saying that he has the biggest gangster ever on his new song. Who do you think it is?
6ix9ine said what?
6ix9ine said something. I think it was either yesterday or last night or this morning. He tweeted something and said, "I have one of the biggest gangsters ever on my next song."
Was he talking about Akon?
I don't think so. Because people were saying, "Who do you think it is?" I don't think it's Akon. I thought 50, but why wouldn't you just say 50?
I wouldn't think it was 50.
Well, I'm just trying to think. Who's the biggest gangster that you think 6ix9ine can get a hold of?
I don't know.
It's tough. I don't know. I mean, a lot of people are guessing, and apparently, the answers are like crazy, like everywhere. But also, it just depends. What do you classify as gangster?
What were some of the answers besides 50 Cent?
Well, 50 Cent, people said Akon, which I don't think Akon's a good answer. I don't think Akon's a gangster, quote unquote, even gangster. You know what I mean?
I don't know. He's pretty gangster.
But we all know that, though. Why do you not just say it? We've all heard this.
Think of who would be a big gangster that would work with 6ix9ine right now. Who's one of the biggest gangsters in the rap game right now?
It depends on what you classify as gangster. I mean, I thought 50, but why wouldn't you just say 50? We know he knows 50 like that.
If Pop Smoke was still alive, I would have liked to have seen that collab.
Yeah. Even though I feel like all these newer guys are kind of really, really against 6ix9ine right
he
now.
wouldn't be talking about Casanova again.
No, because him and Casanova are not cool at all, I don't think.
Oh. I don't know.
I don't know. It's crazy. I mean, look, you need to look into it after you get done with this and look at the answers because, I mean, they're kind of everywhere.
The game?
I don't think so. Maybe. That'd be interesting, though.
I don't know.
But, yeah, I mean, the artist question is kind of tough because this COVID stuff has really changed things for artists. Like, I don't think they're even doing a double XL freshman list this year.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. I mean, they could possibly do something like online, but I think that'd be super lame if everybody did their freestyles on a webcam.
Yeah, that would suck.
And especially where double XL is, it's in New York. And I know in New York it's like very serious, so I don't think they're going to take the risk.
It says there's a 2020 freshman.
Was it already out?
The 2020 XXL freshman 10th spot voting has come to an end. Stay tuned to find out who's been voting.
Oh, they are doing it. Okay. Well, okay, good. So who do you think freshman? There's 10. So who do you think is freshman worthy?
I really don't know anybody that's in the run right now.
I think Blueface, NLE Choppa.
Blueface?
Yeah, was on.
He's been popping for like 2 years.
About a year. He wasn't on the list last year. I don't think, was he? Who was on the list last year? Shit. Well, I think NLE Choppa for
Schoolie. Schoolie definitely.
Nah, he ain't getting that.
He should. He deserves it.
He probably deserves it, but I don't think he's getting that list. So there's a double XL.
I know he was a contestant or whatever.
Freshman 2020 predictions. Okay, so this are the projections that people are saying. Oh, actually, I kind of agree with these. Polo G, Lil TJ, Stunna for Vegas, NLE Choppa, Lil Tecca, Doja Cat, which that one can go anywhere right now because people are not kind of fucking with it right now. Jack Harlow, which I kind of see that one. He had a really big song this year. Don Toliver,
Key Glock.
Key Glock, yeah. Yeah, it kind of goes from there. Oh yeah,
Lil Zay Osama.
Blueface was on last year. That's right.
Lil Zay Osama's dope.
Yeah, I don't know. That's kind of my predictions. I don't know.
Matt Ox, definitely don't want to see him on there.
Nah, he's not getting on there.
Rod Wave. I think Rod Wave would definitely be on there.
I can see that.
I wish Schoolie could be on there. Sleepy Rose.
Yeah, probably. No, actually probably not Sleepy Rose. I'm thinking of somebody else. I don't know. I don't think Sleepy Rose or Schoolie has what it takes to become a freshman this year.
How so? How do you figure that?
I don't think their name is that popular enough.
Glock 9, he's dope.
Actually, Glock 9. But also, a majority of the freshmen that get put on these lists have like a song that's kind of popular. Where I know who Schoolie is, but I don't know him by one particular song. If that makes sense.
Yeah, I could. Yeah.
I just know him as an artist. Maybe it's because we're just so
when I think of Schoolie, anyways, just because I know who Schoolie is. If you didn't know who Schoolie is, you definitely wouldn't want to see him on there. But I know him, and I know his music, and he's been working in the game. He's been in the game for a long time. So to me, if he doesn't ever get a freshman list, it doesn't even matter. Just because I know his work's already solidified.
Well, a lot of artists don't really care about the freshman list anymore. They're kind of past that.
Yeah.
And it's kind of like ever since, even before like these people have been taking these stances on it since like 2016, I think, maybe 17. They've been saying like the lists have been getting worse and worse and worse, and now people just don't care.
Was Cardi B ever on the freshman list?
I don't think so. I don't remember her ever being on one. She might have turned it away because a lot of artists take credit in being the ones that turned it down.
Yeah, Cardi B was already massive without it.
Yeah, but when Cardi B came out so quick and like so fast, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Like when she had a song that got popular, she got popular, and then she's kind of just been over. I don't know. How do you feel about the people saying or on the hate Nicki Minaj train and canceling Nicki Minaj for collabing with 6ix9ine?
Won't happen. She's too big. Nicki Minaj is Nicki Minaj.
Man, people have been hating on Nicki Minaj a lot more recently ever since the Travis Scott thing happened.
Well, there's a lot of things going around and about her brother's a pedophile or something like that, and her new boyfriend is a pedophile or something.
She's got a lot of shit going on in her life.
Yeah. I don't know the situation, so I can't really speak on it. But if it is true, you would think she would like really watch out for shit like that.
Or she's so big, she just don't care.
But yeah, that's another thing. Like, even if that shit is true, people don't understand. Nicki Minaj has a Taylor Swift fan base. Mm-hmm. Like, they're not leaving it.
No,
definitely they're not leaving. And if you come at her, they're just gonna attack the shit out of you.
Yeah, no, I agree.
Such a loyal fan base that I just don't see her ever falling off.
It'll eventually happen. It would eventually.
I don't think so.
Only reason why
I think she'll eventually just get old and
die out.
Yeah, but I don't think she'll ever stop popping.
Okay.
As long as she's making music. I think she'll go down as probably the queen of rap.
It's a safe bet to say that.
I mean, who could you compare to? Cardi B?
Well, I mean, there's people always like to compare like Missy and then like Lil Kim and like,
yeah, but Nicki Minaj has already done accomplished way more than them.
But also, female rap is more popular now than when Nicki Minaj came out. She was the only female rapper.
Yeah.
So that kind of has a lot to do with it too. Now female rap is so popular because you got like Cardi B, you got Meg Thee Stallion, you got Cash Doll, you got there's others, but Cardi B and Meg Thee Stallion and Doja Cat.
Cardi B and Meg Thee Stallion, they're not going to put out as many hits as Nicki Minaj.
No,
Nicki Minaj has steadily been putting out hits as long as Drake has.
Yeah, a different time though. I don't think nowadays that shit don't really. It's different now. You know what I mean?
I don't know. Like if I was making a song right now and I was like, damn, I need a dope ass female rapper on this, I would be like Nicki Minaj.
I don't know. People would probably pick Meg right now, only because people are such a slave to like what's going on at the moment.
Yeah.
And not to mention Meg just dropped a song with Beyonce.
Yeah.
So she would probably get the one that gets picked. And it's one of those things like, well, if I have to settle for like a Cardi B or a Nicki Minaj, they're not going to be mad.
Yeah.
But if they had to pick, they're probably going for Meg Thee Stallion right now, at least.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. I feel like the whole hip hop artist conversation is very tough to have right now. But also, I mean, I've definitely noticed a lot more podcasts going on since COVID's happened. Even before that, podcasts were getting super popular within the past 3 years.
Yeah.
Is there any fear that you're just going to be another podcaster in the sea of podcasters?
Even if it's still fun to get on here and talk about things.
It really is.
If one person listens and they're like, yeah, I like this podcast, and they steady listen, that is enough.
It really is.
I mean, there's a million podcasts. There's not even just regular podcasts. There's podcasts where people tell stories. There's stuff like Crime Junkies and do you listen to Crime Junkies or anything like that?
There was one that I've heard. It wasn't Crime Junkies. It was something else. It was like unexplained murders or something like that, or small town murder. It was something along those lines.
Crime Junkies is super dope. I listen to Supernatural. That's super dope. I listen to a lot of like wrestling podcasts, such as Something to Wrestle with Bruce Pritchard.
Okay.
Grilling with JR. I listen to podcasts all day at work. That is my favorite pastime because music, you get tired of your own music. And then you just listen to a podcast and it's like, it feels like you're in the conversation with people, even though you're not talking to them, you're still listening. And I don't know. I just like it.
No, I do the same thing. I literally listen to podcasts the whole entire time I'm at work. So like the morning of, depending on where I go for work, I will like download podcasts on my Spotify app, and then I'll have like a playlist that's like 9 hours long.
Yeah.
And I would try to like do as much as I can with that. And most time it's like, well, podcasts for me are a little different because I'll sometimes listen to mine to kind of like listen to it over and see if there's ways I can improve or there's things I need to work on, or I'll listen to like podcasts I do listen to or are along the lines of hip hop-esque base. So I kind of stay in one realm of podcast.
Do you listen to the Joe Budden podcast?
I do.
I've never got into it. Is it pretty good?
If you're wanting to listen to a podcast that really has no structure whatsoever, it's pretty amazing. Only because Joe Budden is such a character.
Yeah.
And he is so entertaining, and it's like, honestly, like my favorite episodes are the ones where he's just like super honest about himself, and he just don't give a fuck. He'll say whatever he wants as long as it. Honestly, I think he does it for a laugh, but he's really good at it.
Yeah, I like Gilly the Kid. Do you know his?
Yeah.
Do you know who he is? I like his podcast.
I never heard his podcast, so I know who he is.
Yeah. What are some of your favorite podcasts?
The Joe Budden one's probably okay, I know at the end of the year, like Spotify does like your top whatever. And last year was the first year they did podcast. And the Joe Budden one was probably at the top because they dropped multiple episodes a week, like 2. Where most podcasts I listen to are like once a week or once every other week. So Joe Budden's probably at the top. I like The Brilliant Idiots with Charlemagne and Andrew Schultz. It's pretty good. There's Tiny Meat Gang.
Do you listen to Joe Rogan's podcast?
I do, but the problem with Joe Rogan that I have is they are such feature base.
Yeah.
So like, there's probably some people that go on there that I don't know, but I do every now and then when I have nothing else to listen to, I'll just turn on the Joe Rogan podcast and I'm entertained.
Are you familiar with Alex Jones?
I am. The guy
I love when he comes on podcast. Those are the most entertaining podcasts ever.
He's like the fighter, right?
No, he's
who's Alex Jones?
Alex Jones is like InfoWars, very political.
Maybe I'm thinking of somebody else.
He's always talking about conspiracies.
Maybe I'm thinking of someone else because there used to be this guy. I think he still goes on a lot, but it's like he has a podcast called like The Fighter and the Kid or something like that. I think he's either like in the MMA world or the boxing world, but he's
Thinking about John Jones.
maybe I'm thinking of him. But also like the the Joe Rogan podcast. There's so many episodes, so you can really just turn it on, and Joe Rogan knows exactly what he's doing. He makes it all entertaining.
Yeah.
Also, I do like that fact he does bring on people that you wouldn't expect to have on,
Like Elon Musk.
Well, anyone would love to have Elon Musk, but I'm talking about he brings on the people like, okay, like you know how like the Pentagon released the UFO videos not too long ago.
Yeah.
Well, about a year ago, he had those people on that talked about those videos because those videos have been online forever.
Yeah.
So he's like really into that kind of stuff.
Yeah. You definitely need to check out the Alex Jones interviews.
Okay.
Alex Jones is a little out there, but he's so like he knows what he's talking about.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. It's just conspiracies and government and
No, conspiracies are cool.
Just look into it.
Conspiracies are cool. I mean, I can't really tell you any like off the top of my head that like really interest me and like I want to talk about. But like most of the time I see them on like Netflix or whatever else. But if it's interesting enough, you'll drag me in. So I'll definitely check it out. But besides that, I don't really know what other podcasts I listen to. Like I said, there's Tiny Meat Gang, but they're more kind of like YouTube-ish Twitch boys that just talk about gaming a lot, but they're funny, so I listen to them.
Yeah. Surprisingly, I checked out the Logan Paul podcast, and I actually like that.
Impulsive or whatever?
Yeah.
I've never tried it, but I'm also the thing with like I haven't listened to enough Logan Paul to really tell you how I feel, but I don't know, he's so some of the stuff that he does is kind of cringy, and I just don't really fuck with it. But again, I don't know. I haven't really given him a proper like chance.
Yeah.
But I don't know. What do they talk about on the Logan Paul podcast?
He's just had different people on there. He's had people from Riley Reid.
Oh, I did see that one actually.
He's had Alex Jones. He's had other YouTubers, of course. I don't know. He's just he's got his co-host Matt or Mark. I forget his name, but he's I don't know. He's super dope. I feel like Logan Paul's grown up a lot, and a lot of that cringe stuff he's put in the past. And
was Logan Paul the one that did the music videos, or was it his brother?
Him and his brother have.
Okay.
Yeah.
I can.
That used to be a part of like the diss community, like the diss YouTube community.
Mm-hmm.
But there's this one that I'll send you after this that Logan Paul did, and it's actually a super dope diss song about another YouTuber called KSI.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. Dope. I know what you're talking about. I think I've actually seen it.
It's dope
because that's what it's. If you on the Tiny Meat Game podcast, that's what they talk about a lot is YouTube drama because they're big YouTubers.
Yeah.
So I think I probably have heard it and just don't realize it. But yeah, I mean that's kind of basically it on podcasts. I definitely do think podcasts have gotten so huge that like it's kind of, I understand the appeal of people wanting to start them. I mean, hell, I'm a victim of it also. It's crazy because I feel like now podcasters are like rock stars.
Yeah, they're definitely celebrities now.
Yeah, and it's kind of infectious. Like you when you see it and when you hear it, and especially depending on the podcast you listen to, you just want a piece of that.
Yeah,
but I don't know. And then there's the whole Joe Rogan deal now, where he got like $100 million for Spotify.
Yeah,
how do you feel about
that?
That
is insane. I mean, I definitely feel like he deserves it. If Spotify thinks he's worth that and they're willing to pay him that, why would anybody turn it down?
I feel like if any podcaster in the world deserves $100 million, it's Joe Rogan, of course, because he's definitely like probably the top of podcasting.
Yeah. I mean, if you mention the word podcasting, the number one podcast people are going to think about is Joe Rogan.
Exactly. But on the whole, $100 million, I don't understand why Spotify would do that.
They obviously see an investment in it.
I want to know who gave out the number. Spotify just was like, "You look, we want this guy. We are going to do whatever it takes."
With that,
will
his podcast exclusively be on Spotify? Like it can't be anywhere else?
So the deal is, he can have his YouTube clips on YouTube, but not the full conversations, just clips like he was doing. But you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
But if you want to listen to the full conversation, it's on Spotify only. And then all the old episodes are getting put on Spotify, so you can listen to all like 1,400 of these episodes or whatever.
See, and that makes way more sense to me now because there's like you have Spotify, Apple Music and stuff.
Yeah.
There's actually podcast streaming services that you have to pay for.
Yeah.
There's Apple Podcast. You can listen to podcasts already on Spotify and stuff. But there's so many Joe Rogan listeners that all these people are going to have to buy memberships to Spotify now. So it kind of makes sense to me.
I mean, I don't know. Maybe that's why Spotify wanted to spend that much money on them. But that's just a lot of money, especially with what's going on. Money. Especially with what's going on in the world right now. You thinking they just have $100 million just to throw out?
They obviously do. You got to think about their database, though. Like, there's probably 1 million people streaming with Spotify right now, and Spotify's just raking in the money.
I mean, that's true. I don't know. I don't know if he's actually talked about it on his podcast. I'm more curious on how did the conversation start? How much was the first offer? How long did it take to get to $100 million?
I don't know. I wonder if it was I wonder if Joe Rogan threw the number out there.
Or maybe he was like, I'm not signing anywhere unless it's $100 million. And Spotify's like, all right, here's $100 million. And then he's like, well, shit.
I mean, if they're offering and they feel like that's a good investment on them, then all power to them. I see people saying that Joe Rogan should donate some of this money. People don't realize that Joe Rogan already donates a lot of money to a lot of organizations. So, Joe Rogan's not just going to take that $100 million and run with it. He's probably going to put it back into production, back into having guests on the show. All of that money isn't just going straight in his pocket.
Well, also, those people that are saying he should donate the money are fucking stupid because they're not doing it. Yeah. If they got offered $100 million, they would not donate that money.
Yeah, they'd definitely take it and run with it.
And that's why a lot of people were saying, like, Joe Rogan's not worth $100 million. He's definitely worth it. I'm just surprised someone actually thought so. Someone with the money thought so.
Joe Rogan's worth probably more than $100 million if you're going to exclusively take his podcast and only have it on your streaming service.
Well, it's also crazy, though, because it's literally like it's not just him. It's the podcast. I mean, Joe Rogan's known for other things.
Is this a one-time payment or is it until a contract is up?
I don't know. That's such a good question. I'm pretty sure it's probably till the contract is up, so they're probably going to separate it for so long. But the question is, how long? Is it like a 5-year deal? Is it a 6 years, 10-year? You know what I mean?
I don't know. I want to look this up.
It's probably online somewhere, but I haven't actually looked into that much detail about it. Honestly, if I probably looked into it, I'd probably find out how long this conversation's been had, what offers have been thrown out there. Also, was there anybody else he was competing with, or Spotify was competing with? Did Apple Music want him, or Apple Podcast, or whatever it is? And probably, especially with a name like his. But let's see. We'll talk about Joe Rogan. Anything else crazy you want to talk about?
What else did you have in mind?
The Joe Rogan thing was the main one. There was 6ix9ine. There was the recap of last week's episode of Marie. I looked up the Long John Silver's conspiracy that you told me about.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy.
It's pretty crazy, but how true do you think it is?
That's the thing nobody knows, but when you start thinking about everything you find out, it's like, dang, that makes sense. You never see cars at a Long John Silver's.
It's also crazy because, like, did you see the thing where they're talking about it and they said, like, once the Long John Silver's gets like tipped out, that they leave the restaurant they're associated with?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I've never seen I have, but there's not that many Long John Silver's that are just Long John Silver's. There's something else.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that kind of makes sense. And they're also in very weird areas.
Yeah. Super weird areas. Yeah.
So, like, I don't know. The people that don't know, explain the conspiracy. So I think you know more about it than I do.
So basically, back in the 60s, there was this family that did, after the Prohibition, or before the Prohibition, they were moonshiners. Mm-hmm. And the Prohibition happened and all that stuff. And once alcohol became legal again, people were kind of just found their own ways to get moonshine and stuff and didn't rely on this family anymore.
Yeah.
And they were like, well, now we've got to find something else. So they invested in marijuana, and they were moving marijuana, blah, blah, blah. And then they had so much money, they didn't know what to do with it. So there was a local restaurant, and I forget where it was, what state it was in, but it was Long John Silver started out as a family-owned business. And these people were like, hey, we'll invest in y'all, but you have to turn your local restaurant into a chain.
Mm-hmm.
So Long John Silver started going everywhere, and then and that's basically the little backstory behind it. But think about how many people you've ever seen at Long John Silver's eating.
Never many.
Yeah,
I'm
and
also not a fan of Long John Silver's myself. I don't like it at all.
But Long John Silver's, from when I was, and there's still Long John Silver's open today. I mean, there's not as many as there was, but you never seen people eating at them, and yet they stayed open forever, like never shut down.
I was more interested. I got more interested when I looked more into it, and the people that were kind of like behind, the money laundering and the weed money, that they were funding anti-heroin ads because heroin was the main thing at the time.
Yeah,
and they were trying to be like, oh no, we got to find a way to demonize heroin.
Yeah,
because if you look back in history, even today, heroin is definitely the worser drug. Even though I do agree that it is the worser drug, it's just crazy. I see how that worked out.
Yeah,
I think that was basically it. Like, who was it that that invested in the Long John Silver's? Like, what was it again?
What was it?
It was a certain kind of group. It was like a mafia type of deal, or like a.
It was just some. Hold on.
I believe it was some sort of like mafia or like some sort of gang related.
No, I thought it was just some little small town moonshiners or something like that.
I thought
like a biker gang or something.
I thought it was something else. I thought it was like some sort of like. I thought it was like a bigger picture thing, and they maybe I saw something else, or maybe I don't know. I thought it was something bigger than that. I don't know. I could be right. I could be wrong. Also, the conspiracy has not been proven whatsoever.
Yeah.
Didn't the guy that ended up going to prison or something?
Yeah.
What was
and
it for?
now that he's in prison, you see a lot of Long John Silver shutting down.
Yeah, but they also said once it's like a certain restaurant gets tipped off or kind of snitched on, the restaurant kind of disappears.
Yeah.
They just find a way to get up and get out. So I don't know. It's very crazy. It's a very crazy story. And it's a hard story to find because I found one YouTube video about it and I found a couple of stuff in Google. But besides that, it's not really talked about.
Yeah, it's super low key.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I believe it, but if we want to dedicate a show to it one day, we can definitely do that, and we can look more into it and get more of an aspect.
It would be so awesome to find someone that might have been part of it, even if it's a very minuscule. You know what I mean?
It was the Cornbread Mafia.
That's right, Cornbread Mafia. Such a hell of a name.
Yeah.
Especially, you don't think they'd be taken seriously.
Somebody was busted in 1999.
Mm-hmm. It'd be very interesting though just to find someone that was maybe involved that we could talk to about it more, because it's a very interesting story that I think could definitely spark a lot of controversy and a lot of interest if it was brought to a bigger light.
Here's a short, just a little summary.
Okay.
Long John Silver's is a money laundering operation for the Cornbread Mafia, which is still operating despite the ringleader being in jail. Okay. However, as marijuana is legalized more and more, the operations generate less and less profit.
Makes sense.
So as marijuana becomes legalized, the ringleaders are taken down. They're getting busted left and right. A lot of Long John Silver's are going out of business. So that's the short summary.
Okay. Yeah, definitely look more into it. I can definitely see in the future, some sort of streaming service picking this up, like Hulu, and making a story about it.
Yeah.
Especially if more information comes out in the future about
and
if there's more involved.
I looked up the Joe Rogan, some stuff about Joe Rogan.
Mm-hmm.
Last year, his podcast altogether brung in around $600 million.
Oh my God. Just last year?
Yeah.
God. I mean, that's crazy.
Yeah.
If he brought in $6 million alone, why even take the $100 million from Spotify?
I don't know.
There's got to be more. There's got to be more that goes into it.
It might be a yearly thing. Hey, I don't know. He might be getting $100 million a year. He might even
God.
still be getting some type of royalties from it while he uploads it.
I can see that. I mean, I don't know how royalties work on a podcast,
He's definitely got sponsors. He's got merch. He's still going to get YouTube monetization from his little clips.
Mm-hmm.
He's still going to bring in a shit ton of money. It doesn't really matter, I don't think.
It really don't, but it kind of makes you think, like, if you're getting that much money, why even worry about signing a deal? It's kind of like hip-hop.
He still works with UFC.
Yeah, which I think he just likes doing that.
Yeah, he's got so much money coming in. It's insane.
He still does stand-up comedy, too.
Yeah.
Which I've never actually watched a stand-up special. I don't know how.
Has he ever done a Netflix special or anything?
Yeah, he has one. I might have to watch that later because I've never actually seen his stand-up before.
Yeah, I've seen little clips and stuff, but I've never watched the full special.
It's funny because, like, even though I think he's a funny dude, he's not. I don't think he's stand-up funny.
Yeah.
So I'd like to see what his comedy really is like.
I just like seeing because he's really smart.
Yeah,
and like he knows how to word things and make sense, and I just like his take on things.
He is very smart, even though like the general like assumption of like Joe Rogan is being the guy who just asks like off the wall questions of like, oh yeah, that's crazy. So what was it like doing DMT the first time?
Yeah,
like that's kind of like the joke of Joe Rogan.
But he can literally talk about anything with anyone. Like anybody that comes on his show, like no matter what they're there for or what they're talking about, he's like right in the conversation and he knows what's going on somehow.
I mean, he did have Elon Musk, Neil deGrasse Tyson on his show. Yeah. That's something. And those people you don't just get a hold of.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Well, when you're Joe Rogan, you can probably get a hold of anybody.
That's true, especially now.
Yeah.
All right, man. Anything else you really want to talk about?
No, I feel like how long have we been talking, does it say?
Oh, about an hour. I mean, about an hour or so.
Okay.
Probably a little less because I know we had a little hiccup at first. But yeah, I think that's about it.
All right. Well, you've got your Roadcaster coming. It should be here tomorrow, you said, or something?
Yeah, tomorrow, maybe tomorrow night. So the next one's going to be pretty crazy, I think. Especially if we can figure out this live thing. I think that either way, I think it'll work really well if this ain't a live show or what we're doing now.
Well, I honestly think what's probably going to help us the most is if you get a new computer.
Yeah. I know. And I'm down. It's one of those things where I talked to the guy you messaged me about buying a computer or whatever, and I never really heard anything back, and they didn't want to work out a deal. So it's one of those things where like if I can just if I came across one right now, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I would buy it. It's just this whole everything I looked at is on back order, or I won't be able to get it for like a couple of months. And
yeah.
If it came down to it, I probably would, but I kind of want to be like, no, I want it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I don't know. I'm still looking.
Well, if you get your Roadcaster in, I say we go ahead and we plan an episode, and we could try to do 2 a week or something.
Yeah, I can do that.
Just so we can go ahead and try it out and learn how to do it.
Yeah.
Whatever we need to do with it. It would be super dope if we could do it. If we could you could come here, I could come to your apartment or something, and we could set up, because I know there's multiple inputs on it, and it would probably sound super dope with both mics in the same thing.
Yeah, we could do that. I mean, either way would work. We each have mics. We can just bring them over.
Yeah.
So, I mean, either way would work. I know it's kind of like we're just basically planning on a show, but we'll make it happen.
Yeah.
I think it'd be cool, too, to do one a week that's live and one is recorded, or do them all live or whatever.
Yeah.
Because I definitely think that would show more of a that would actually show who's actually watching and maybe drive in more people to actually come check it out.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, I think that's it. I think, well, you got anything else?
No, I'm good.
All right. I guess before we get out of here, though, I am going to, plug the shirts one more time. There's also hoodies on there. There's coffee mugs. It's teespring.com/stores/convo19. You can get T-shirts. You can all sorts of different sizes and colors. You can get hoodies. You can get coffee mugs. You can get stickers. Phone cases, I believe, are also on there.
Yeah.
And for a promo code, it's CONVO, CONVO. You use that, you can get 10% off, which I think that would basically just cut some of the tax and the shipping off, which any little bit would help in crazy times like this.
Yep.
Yeah. All right, man. It's CONVO-19. I think we're out. See you later, man.
GORGYSIPPIN40.
All right,
We'll see you.
See you, man.